Mahadev, Saturn, Mars, Jupiter conjunction, which is one of the most powerful, unique conjunction in Vedic astrology. Yet, the people of this conjunction feel as if their destiny is locked. Why do they feel so? Why there is that constant stagnation in their life? How to unlock their destiny? Let's figure it out in this video today. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe and watch till the end. What is Saturn? Saturn is delay. Saturn is frustration. Saturn is karma, who makes us perform karma so that we can deal with our previous life karmas. What is Jupiter? Jupiter is expansion. He is the Guru of the Devas. He wants to give us all the blessings, shower us with boons, so that we can live with our life with prosperity, with divine knowledge, and make this life a wonderful one, a meaningful one. What is Mars? Mars is the fighting spirit within us, the blood in our body. Mars wants to make us fight for what is right, fight for our survival. Now, when all of them are together in one house, one sign, what happens? They create this planetary war, and the native, he has to go through that, because these three planets have different agendas. They have different works, yet they have come to one house and one sign in this individual's life, and now they have to work hand in hand to make the native win the battle of life. So that is not easy. So the person has to go through the introductory grind, the planetary war. What happens? Here you see, the father figures or the Jupiterian figure, those who are supposed to give all of us the higher learning, higher knowledge, higher philosophical learning, these people, the teachers or the father or the neighbors, they act very judgmental or very strict, or let's say little cold towards this teenager or this guy in 20s or the girl in 20s, and makes it difficult for them to exercise their will, exercise their willingness to act. For example, a 15 years old girl, okay, she wants to join that extracurricular activity class which happens after the school. Now the father tells, no, you do not do that. You will attend a tuition master who will teach you extra mathematics at home during that time. Now the girl doesn't feel good about that, She wants to do that badminton or probably the judo class in that extracurricular activity class. Okay. So like that, when they grow up, whatever they do, whether they are in university or they are working, the person is a businessman handling his father's business, whatever the case it is, what happens? They become very critical of themselves. These natives, they become very critical of their own work. They become fearful that if I do anything wrong or if I do anything imperfect, then I might be judged, I might be scolded, or people are going to be very critical about my work. Okay. So they turn themselves critical of their own work, and they try to do everything perfect, and they do it on a routine, repetitive manner, on a very machine-like manner, and this is the result of Saturn and Mars. Saturn Mars together creates a yoga called Yama Yoga. Yama meaning the god of death, Yamaraj, you must have heard. So why it is called Yama Yoga? Because when the person being self-critical works too much like a machine, he brings decay to his body and mind, It takes a heavy toll on their body and mind. And that is how they somehow lose the grip of their life. The life slips away. If you want to watch the whole video of Saturn Mars, it's here, please watch it, as well as any other video like Saturn, Jupiter and Mars Jupiter also. Please go to check my channel, websites, the website as well as the playlists. So, you see, this is the result of that grind, the Saturn Mars grind. Relentlessly they are working continuously on a routine repetitive basis to become perfect, and they become perfect, their work become perfect. What happens to the Jupiter? Jupiter is also there, right? Jupiter makes it much more complicated, more complex, because Jupiter wants to expand. Jupiter is all about expanding everything. There is no reductive technique Jupiter knows. All he knows is to spread, he wants to spread across. So that is his Jupiter's agenda. Now when this person is planning for something, for example, when all of them are working together, they are planning for something, they are aiming, they are having an ambition in their life, they have all those big goals, big dreams, but somehow they are unable to achieve that, somehow they are unable to pursue that, even though if they are working in a routine, repetitive, disciplined manner, still they are somehow crashing, the plans are not fructifying. Why? Because the war of Jupiter and Saturn is there. Jupiter is all about expansion, as I say, he wants to expand, and Saturn is all about contraction. Saturn is about contracting, being very practical, like a Capricorn, extremely practical, realistic, and slow grind, relentless slow grind, that is Saturn. So whenever this person is trying to do something big, have a big plan, big business investment, big plan for some abroad university study, something happens and that plan gets crashed, and they feel very disheartened and very frustrated and very unlucky. And that happens because it is very difficult to balance the Saturn and Jupiter together. In my Saturn Jupiter video here, I have explained that it is like funambulism. Funambulism meaning, you must have seen that big cable will be there, the cable or the rope, huge one, and a person will be holding on to a log or a shaft or a stick and walk on that, balance on that rope, and they'll cross that long rope, the rope walkers. So it is like that. You have to keep on moving, the person has to keep, in order to not fall, he has to keep on moving forward, yet he cannot move fast. The Mars here wants to make the person move fast, because Mars is all about impulsivity, Mars is all about action, Mars is all about winning the race, competitiveness, competition. So whenever the person, by using the Mars, they try to win the battle of life fast, they want to balance the Jupiter and the Saturn together in a very rapid manner, they fall down. So the Saturn doesn't let the Mars take over, because Saturn is the boss here. Mars cannot take over and act as a catalyst, make things work fast. Neither the Jupiter can make them go fast, and cross the rope of that funambulism fast, resulting in which they have to balance. Little step, one step at a time, on a constant repetitive manner, and this is the key to unlock their destiny. Whatever you do, you have to do it continuously but slowly. And how do you save yourself from the decay of life, the constant grind which makes you frustrated, which makes you lose your temper or takes a heavy toll on your body? It's that when you don't take breaks, when you don't give yourself enough time. So constant slow movement, disciplined movement, because Mars and Saturn is also there. Disciplined movement, slow movement, Saturn, Jupiter, slow movement, funambulism, funambulist movement, slow movement, yet there has to be breaks. Okay, there has to be breaks. If you don't take a break, if you go on continuously like a machine, you will break. Okay, you will crush. So this is what is the key of this conjunction, and this doesn't come easily. This is very complex. The person wants to fight relentlessly hard, be disciplined. Yes, they are disciplined. They are fighting relentlessly with too much willpower, bringing a lot of discipline, Saturn and Mars, yet not winning, yet crashing. Plans are not fructifying because of Jupiter Saturn problem. Okay, so here the harder you try, you are going to fall. So the effort has to be slow, continuous, relentless, with periodic gaps. This is the remedy here. There is no other remedy. This is the remedy. Periodic gap, slow, continuous grind. Grind, yet slow grind. Okay, and this actually comes to the native when they try whole their life. Towards their midlife, when the Saturn is mature, Jupiter has completed 3 cycles, 12, 3 cycles. Jupiter takes 12 years to encircle the zodiac belt. At that particular time, most likely these people learn how to balance their life like a funambulist. They become that funambulist. And then they are one of the most productive, most effective workers. Whatever they do, whether he is an army man, he has become a policeman by that constant grind, or he has become a university professor, or a shopkeeper, or a businessman, or a hotel owner, whoever he is, okay, he becomes a very effective, one of the most efficient, effective worker, and that lets them live their life with a very balanced, prosperous, contentful life, and they feel that, oh yes, I am the one who is luckiest, I am the one who is the most luckiest. Wealth also comes, lot of wealth also comes. So this is the key. So understand what is happening within your own consciousness. Watch this video again and again, and the 2 planetary videos which I have created earlier in this channel. Okay, I hope this will be helpful to you, and you will give me a like. If you want to consult, please go to my website down below, and I will see you in the next one. Har Har Mahadev.